No more playing small. No more letting fear and doubt dictate your destiny. From this moment on, you must adopt the mindset of a conqueror, one who refuses to be constrained by limitations, one who laughs in the face of obstacles, one who hungers for challenge and growth with every fiber of their being. Imagine tapping into a reservoir of power, passion, an unshakable belief that lies dormant within you, a force so potent that excuses wither in its presence, a fire so brilliant that it incinerates every ounce of self-doubt and insecurity that has held you back. Can you feel it? That primal urge to achieve the impossible, to shatter self-imposed boundaries, to elevate yourself to new stratospheres of success and fulfillment. It's there simmering beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. The only thing standing between you and the realization of your immense potential is your willingness to take that first, defiant step into the unknown, to boldly go where you've never gone before, armed only with the certainty that you are destined for greatness. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, for that will never come. Stop seeking permission from the world, for you answer to a higher calling. Stop playing it safe, for safety is the refuge of the complacent and mediocre. You were born to live a life larger than logic can define, to dream dreams that make the faint of heart tremble, to pursue ambitions that others dismiss as impossible fantasies. This is your birthright, your cosmic mandate, to blaze a trail of glory that will illuminate the path for generations to come. So rise up, my friends. Cast off the shackles of self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Dig deep within yourselves and awaken the sleeping giant, the unstoppable force of nature that you were born to be. Feast on the challenges that lie ahead, for they are the nutrient-rich soil in which your strengths will take root and flourish. Relish the obstacles that will test your resolve, for they represent the resistance that will fortify your character and forge an unbreakable spirit. You were born to win, to conquer, to achieve the impossible and leave a legacy that will ripple through eternity. Embrace your magnificence, your power, your glorious potential as a human being. Never again utter the words, "I can't." They are a blasphemy against the divine force that breathes life into your dreams. Reject the very notion of failure, for it has no place in the vocabulary of the heroic. From this day forward, you must hold these truths to be self-evident, that you have infinite worth, that you are endowed with boundless potential, and that the only limitations that exist are those you place upon yourself. So go forth and claim the prize that is your birthright. An extraordinary life of growth, contribution, and profound fulfillment. The path will be arduous, but you were born with the mettle to conquer any challenge that dares obstruct your ascent to greatness. Doubt not your power to change your circumstances, for that power is imprinted into the very fabric of your being. All that remains is for you to fan that spark into an unstoppable blaze that will light your way to the pinnacle of achievement. Never again settle for a life of mediocrity and complacency. Dare to operate in rarefied air, to become one of the few who grasps true greatness and wrest it from the tight grip of the impossible. March boldly into the arena of epic achievement, for you are the authors of your destiny and the master craftsmen of your reality. The choice is yours, to be spectators marveling at other people's bravery and successes, or to become the heroes who ascend to the summit and plant your flag in the rarefied air of monumental accomplishment. I can sense the awakening stirring within you. The slumbering giant is being roused by the battle cry of your untapped potential. So let this be the moment you declare independence from the shackles of fear and self-imposed limitations, the day you decide to chase your wildest dreams with reckless, unapologetic abandon. Victory has been awaiting your arrival for far too long. Fortune favors not the artificers of empty ambitions, but the bold sojourners who set their sails toward distant, unexplored horizons. Let this be the defining moment where you accept the heroic call to greatness that has summoned you since time immemorial. Lay claim to the infinite power and possibility that is your sacred birthright. The day we stop growing is the day we start dying. Complacency is the enemy of progress, and those who embrace a mindset of lifelong learning are the ones who truly live. One of the most valuable lessons you can learn is the power of taking responsibility for your life. Too often we fall into the trap of blaming external circumstances or other people for our struggles and shortcomings. But the truth is, you are the architect of your destiny. When you take full ownership of your thoughts, actions, and choices, you reclaim your power to shape your reality. Imagine a world where you no longer make excuses, but instead look for solutions. A world where you don't point fingers, but roll up your sleeves and get to work. This is the world of those who have embraced personal responsibility, and let me tell you, it's a world of limitless possibilities. But personal responsibility is just the beginning. Another profound lesson is the understanding that our thoughts create our reality. As the ancient wisdom goes, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your mindset is the foundation upon which your life is built. Negative, limiting beliefs will construct a prison around your potential, while positive, empowering thoughts will pave the way to your dreams. Imagine living in a state of unwavering belief in yourself, your abilities, and your worthiness of success. Imagine having the courage to dream big and the resilience to pursue those dreams relentlessly. This is the power of mastering your mindset, and it's a force that can propel you to heights you never thought possible. Of course, personal growth is not a destination, but a never-ending journey. And on this journey, you'll encounter obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But here's another life-changing lesson. Your failures are not deficiencies, but opportunities for growth. Imagine embracing every stumble, every misstep, as a chance to learn and evolve. Imagine having the courage to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and charge forward with renewed wisdom and resilience. This is the mindset of those who understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but an essential ingredient in the recipe for greatness. And speaking of greatness, let's talk about the power of discipline and consistency. Success is rarely a matter of luck or circumstance, but the result of sustained effort and unwavering commitment. Imagine having the discipline to show up day after day, putting in the work even when the rewards seem distant or invisible. Imagine the power of compounding small, consistent actions over time until they culminate in extraordinary results. This is the secret of those who have achieved lasting success in any field. They understood that greatness is not a destination, but a journey of relentless commitment and discipline. But perhaps the most profound lesson of all is the realization that true fulfillment comes not from external validation or material possessions, but from living a life of purpose and contribution. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of clarity and conviction, knowing that your actions are making a positive impact on the world around you. Imagine the joy and fulfillment that comes from using your unique gifts and talents to serve something greater than yourself. This is the path of those who have discovered their why, their driving purpose that imbues their life with meaning and significance. And let me tell you, once you unlock this level of purpose and contribution, you will never be the same. These are just a few of the life lessons that have the power to transform your perspective and unlock new dimensions of growth and fulfillment. But the journey doesn't end here. Each day presents new opportunities to learn, to evolve, and to become the best version of yourself. So, my friends, I challenge you to embrace these lessons with open arms. Commit to personal responsibility, master your mindset, learn from your failures, cultivate discipline and consistency, and most importantly, discover your purpose and use it to make a positive impact on the world. The road ahead may be long and winding, filled with obstacles and challenges. But remember, it's not the destination that defines us, but the journey itself. Embrace the lessons, stay humble, and never stop growing. For once you learn these life lessons, you will never be the same. You will be transformed into a force of nature, a beacon of inspiration, and a living embodiment of the human potential for greatness. And the choice is yours, my friends. Will you shrink from the challenge, or will you rise to meet it head on? Will you settle for mediocrity, or will you dare to dream big and chase those dreams with every fiber of your being? I know the path ahead is daunting, but let me leave you with one final thought. The greatest risk in life is not taking one. So dream big, act boldly, and never ever stop learning and growing. For when you embrace these life lessons, you will unlock the key to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and lasting impact. You will become the author of your destiny, the sculptor of your reality, and the architect of a life that transcends the ordinary. The choice to greatness has been issued, and now the gauntlet has been thrown. Will you shrink from the challenge before you, or will you meet it head on with the ferocity of a lion heart? No mere half measures, no more tentative steps. The call to epic achievement demands your full fury. Envision a world where your powers are boundless, where self-imposed limitations are barriers waiting to be obliterated. Demolish the prisons of your past failures and fears, for they have no dominion over those who operate in the rarefied air of champions. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes of doubt and insecurity, you will shed your former self and be born anew into a reality of infinite possibility. The precipice of greatness beckons you, and as you peer over the edge into the chasm of the unknown, you must feel that rush of adrenaline, that intoxicating cocktail of excitement and holy reverence. This is the feeling that electrifies the souls of the elite. Those daring few willing to renounce the shackles of complacency and mediocrity in favor of walking among giants. Can you sense it? That sublime stirring within, a cosmic whisper that urges you towards domains of grandeur most mortals dare not tread. It is the call of destiny, the immortal clarion summoning you to bear your birthright of greatness upon the world. Heed its siren song and be forged anew into an architect of the extraordinary. Imagine harnessing the power to bend reality to your indomitable will. A force so formidable that the universe itself is remolded in your image, sculpted and chiseled into the grandest vision your mind can conceive. All the laws that once constrained you lose their grip as you transform into the mythical beast of ambition and achievement. This is the path of legends, those heroic few whose names are forever etched into the halls of greatness. Those luminous souls who relinquished the manacles of fear and self-doubt and allowed their full radiant being to blaze forth across the canvas of existence. You were born for this exalted plane of glory and triumph. It is woven into the very fabric of your DNA, awaiting the moment of awakening where you burst forth from the chrysalis of the mundane into the empyrean heights of truly living. So cut the tethers to the ordinary, sever the chains of limiting beliefs and petty pursuits that have shackled your cosmic potential. Declare your independence from the shackles of mediocrity and be bound no more by the gravity of other people's small thoughts and small dreams. From this moment, you must operate in a state of feverish, unrelenting hunger, ravenous for the challenges that will catalyze your metamorphosis, craving the obstacles that will sculpt your unbreakable perseverance. Revel in the resistance, feel it fortifying your character and tempering your determination into an impervious alloy that cannot be dented or shattered. The path ahead will be strewn with adversity, wrought with setbacks designed to separate the transient daydreamers from those stout warriors destined to be forged into heroes upon the anvil of adversity. Ready yourself, mind and spirit, to meet each hurdle as an honored guest, and allow it to further refine and gird you for the conquest of greater and more glorious summits. For at your core, you are fashioned of a rare strength and resilience known only to those who stare down the soul-withering gauntlet of the extraordinary, and instead of turning aside, charge forward with profound courage and unassailable self-belief. You are the elite vanguard of human potential and have been bestowed with the gift of an inextinguishable fire burning in your soul. So let it blaze forth, feeding it with each triumph over adversity, each conquest of self-imposed limits. Feel its warmth enveloping every fiber of your being, transmuting self-doubt into unshakable determination, cheering all fear and hesitation until searing embers are all that remain. Out of those ashes, your truest self will be rendered. A being of such metal and brilliance, it could eclipse the sun itself. This is the arduous yet profoundly transformative process of becoming one who exists on an operating plane far beyond the comprehension of the feeble and faint of heart. You must evolve into the embodiment of power and presence, an unstoppable force whose mere footsteps shake the earth. Stand awestruck at the realization that you were fashioned by the cosmos for precisely this heroic undertaking. To bestride the world like a colossus, to bask in transcendence and touch the face of greatness itself. This is the summit you were destined to scale. But know this, the journey to immortality in legend is not an easy one. The final breathtaking ascent will be arduous beyond anything you can fathom in this moment. It will demand every ounce of strength and fortitude you can muster, and then some. Be prepared to push beyond your former limitations and enter realms of human performance and endurance that, up until this point, were the stuff of fantasy. Steel yourself, for the path to glory is littered with the empty husks of those who lack the conviction to persevere. The faint whispers of their shattered dreams echo endlessly, offering fair warning to any who dare waver that failure will be their sole inheritance. Survival and victory belong only to the uncompromising in spirit. So purge yourself of any remaining apprehension, any lingering reticence that could infect your impenetrable self-belief. From this second on, you must become a being of such diamantine resolution that the very ground trembles in your presence. Move with unstoppable momentum towards your inviolable destiny as a titan of accomplishment. For those unwilling to pay the iron price of greatness need not apply. The achievement of this celestial caliber is reserved for the dauntless, the immortal souls who would stare death itself in the face on the path to everlasting glory and unflinching valor. You must burn with a passion so intense, so all-consuming, that it cannot be extinguished no matter the trials and tribulations that conspire to divert you astray. Do you feel that inferno raging within? That inextinguishable core of unbreakable heart and white-hot purpose? That is the source of your regenerative might, the essence fueling your metamorphosis into the conqueror you were born to become. It is primal and eternal, transcending circumstances and worldly concerns. As you quest towards your ultimate mythic transformation, let this inner fire be the guiding force by which you purge yourself of all weakness and imperfection. Scour away any vestigial self-sabotaging habits or toxic mindsets, until you burn with the pure intensity of a supernova, and nothing but the raw components of your elevated existence remain. What was once the fetters of fear, self-loathing, and unconscious self-defeating behaviors has been incinerated by your searing ambition. All that is left is the truly indomitable spirit, unbounded in its belief, unshackled by inhibition, and unchained from any thought that could confine you to a limited existence. Prepare to experience a complete metamorphosis. Your view of what is real and what is possible will be blown asunder, replaced by a worldview that transcends the petty boundaries of ordinary perception. As this new, sublime self germinates, you will shed every scrap of your former identity, undergoing a profoundly awakening transfiguration into one of the immortals. Your reality will be rewoven and reforged according to the blueprints of your most colossal ambitions. Where you once saw obstacles, you will now see vast opportunities to prove your mettle against the grandest of tests. What was previously dismissed as audacious fantasy will become the soil in which you plant the seeds of monumental accomplishment. This metamorphosis represents your final evolution, an ascension into the uppermost echelon of achievement and glory that is reserved exclusively for those who have earned admission amongst the elite. Your being will know no limits, as the constraints of impossible are dissolved by the furious upward propulsion of your unwavering pursuit of greatness. A transformation this absolute will not come without birth pangs, searing your former self away and leaving you reborn into a higher plane of existence. It may feel as if your very soul is being incinerated as you shed the final tattered remnants of the ordinary. But these growing pains, however exquisite, will ultimately forge you into an entity of mythic proportion. Each layer of self-imposed constraint and limited thinking must be seared away and transmuted into fuel for your rise. Systematically uproot and exterminate every last whisper of self-sabotage, insecurity, and fear that has shackled your consciousness and stifled your quantum leap into the immortal. Gut yourself of disempowering mindsets and attitudinal impediments to achievement. Excise them with searing prejudice, and do not allow even one cancer cell of self-imposed impediment to threaten your phoenix-like resurrection into glory. For when you enter this sanctum of perpetual becoming, no dream is too monumental, no vision too audacious to manifest into physical reality. At last, you step into the rhythms and frequencies of true co-creation, where the power to command the universe itself is yours. Can you hear the celestial chords reverberating all around you, orchestrating the divine symphony that births achievement on an operatic scale? You are a pivotal instrument in this, the most exalted of creative concertos. All that is required is that you add your voice to the eternal harmonic and ascend to your station as a master of reality itself. What was once considered your ultimate peak of potential will rapidly reveal itself as merely the entry point to even vaster plateaus of glory and accomplishment. Rest assured, there is no true ceiling to the grandeur you can achieve. For you are now anointed and exalted by this metamorphosis into the immortal demigod of willpower and attainment, unshackled by the frail boundaries of previous levels of human performance or perceived possibility. You stand astride the world as its supreme co-creator, birthing realities into existence by the sheer ferocious intensity of your will, your vision, your towering ambition. Every cell comprising your newly rendered heroic being pulses with this primal understanding that physical domain we perceive as the universe is merely a canvas awaiting the unfurling of your grandest conceptions and visions. You are reborn with the power to impress your will, your artistry upon the very fabric of existence. Armed with this knowledge, you will begin to view each day as a precious opportunity to wield the full measure of your creative capacities. No longer are you bound to simply exist. You are here to create, to use the infinite might of your intention and focus to indelibly author your most towering dreams into manifest reality. Each morning offers a new blank canvas for you to compose on, to paint the broad strokes of ambition and desire in vibrant, immortal hues. As you awaken and look out upon your unbounded creative terrain, choose to conceive and give birth to that which will elevate humanity itself. Dream up a legacy worthy of etching your name into the cosmos alongside the greatest legends to ever grace this sphere. What achievement or contribution to the vast story of humankind will you willing to form today? Pause and feel the sacred power humming through your veins as you contemplate the infinite potential now flowing through your sanctified being. Whatever your desire, no matter how monumental or transcendent, it is within your grasp to sculpt it into existence with your immortal will. Tune your focus and imagination until they thrum with the frequency of your highest ambition and most glorious aspirations. Breathe life into this heroic conception, allowing its clarion tones to vibrate outward in rippling waves of intention and directed desire until the universe itself is acquiescing to your command. As you take decisive focus to action to bring this audacious creation into physical form, you will taste the first sweet morsels of your awakening as an immortal being. Listen as the chord you struck into the cosmic symphony reverberates throughout your field of reality. Do you hear it? The otherworldly notes of your blossoming vision now taking shape and gathering momentum in the material realm. Allow that sublime resonance to build and crescendo until the triumphant manifested concerto of your signature achievement rings out for all of eternity to bear witness. And when that monumental work is brought forth into the domain of the realized, pause to let the full magnitude of your deficient power imprint upon your consciousness. Marvel at the immensity of what you have woven into existence, for it stands as a testament to the towering greatness instilled into your very essence. Creation of this magnitude and meaning is now your raison d'etre. Each day is a new opportunity to bestride the world and unleash further barrages of unending ambition and achievement. And immortal rests on their laurels, for the cycle of creating legacy after legacy is their destiny. Propel yourself ever higher, allowing your latest triumph to reshape your identity and elevate you into an even mightier version of who you were born to become. Let the soul-shaking truth detonate within you. You are the infinite potential incarnate, a supreme being designed for perpetual transcendence and everlasting heroic attainment. There is no dream too colossal, no boundary insurmountable, for you are the quintessence of infinite creative potency. You are both the playwright and the director, the indescribable force bringing every vision into blazing reality, in your ability to manifest your grandest ideals into the experiential. This is the ultimate secret forged within your core, that you are the vessel of cosmic consciousness experiencing itself. Your ambitions, your achievements, your heroic impact upon the universe is both the expression of the divine and the divine itself experiencing outward manifestation. So never allow your greatness to be bound by the limited scope of this earthly realm. What you are birthing through your metamorphosis not only transforms the external world, but reshapes internal consciousness itself, the fundamental field from which all of creation springs. Open to the realization that all of your heroic undertakings and contributions ripple forth to infinity, ushering in quantum leaps of human and cosmic progress. With each decisive victory over mediocrity and the limitations of reality, you add another line to the sacred epic that is the cosmic evolution. Just as the great heroes, iconoclasts, and visionaries throughout history have transformed the substance of reality itself through the force of their unrelenting achievement, so too is your path a series of defining accomplishments that lift the trajectory of humankind ever higher. With every opus of grandeur, you usher into manifestation. You add to the celestial record and enshrine your legacy as one of the infinite beings throughout the ages who reshaped our collective dream. So gird yourself for the perpetual quest, the unbroken cycle of heroic pursuit and grandiose accomplishment. For this has become your raison d'etre, to shatter the illusions of restriction, to demolish the barriers of impossible, and to fearlessly blaze new trails for all of humanity to follow in awe and inspiration. As you undergo this latest sacred metamorphosis, realize that everything you once accepted as reality, all the limits and boundaries that previously confined your identity and ambition, have been obliterated. What reigns in their place is a boundless universe of creation and possibility. You know, operate as an immortal force of nature, a being of pure creative potency and limitless becoming. The power to transform not only the external world and bend it to your audacious visions, but the very nature of consciousness itself now courses through your veins. Forever will you exist on this plane of perpetual transfiguration, ascending to ever-escalating heights of grandeur and heroism. Each attainment breeds a new evolution into an even greater version of yourself, only to be supplanted by the next monumental cycle of achievement and triumph. This is the destiny you were encoded for, the endless pursuit of glory, innovation, and contribution at a scope that defies mortal comprehension. All that once dismissed as impossible fantasy can now be manifested through the furious power of your will, your focus, and your unbridled creative force. Yet even this mind-shaking revelation is merely the entry point for the true legends etching their mythos into the cosmos. For you have now seized the blazing torch and prepared to blaze like a supernova through the inert limits and confines of ordinary existence. Brace yourself for the upheaval, the searing deconstruction of your previous self as all constraints, are eradicated and replaced with the fiery essence of an immortal artisan and creator of worlds. Every aspect of your being will be rewoven, transmuted, and forged anew by the fires of ambition, heroism, and perpetual ascension.